What's going on, guys? Happy Wednesday to, yes, the last wartime optimism. I know that news seems sudden. I have good news coming as well. And we're going to talk about that today. Today we're going to talk about that, what's coming new, and what the plans are moving forward. Before we get started with that, a couple of things that we should talk about. One, to everybody in the chat, welcome. Nicholas, Vlad, Pedro, Dario, Luis, Tassos, Vlad, thank you guys for being here. Aman, thank you for being here as well. Ooh, sorry about that. I don't think that actually made any noise. Off to a good start. Milan, what's going on, buddy? Howdy, Aman. To all you guys in the chat, Jafar, you as well. Thank you guys for being here. And thank you guys. It's episode 77. Well, technically, it's actually 78. I realized yesterday while I was looking through some things that 52 got counted twice. And it's just going to stay that way. So there's two Wartime 57, or number 2. Wartime Optimism number 52s. Yeah, so 78. But we're going to go with 77 as the final one. Oh, Milan, tell her I say hello also. Thank you. Well, she's probably, maybe you mean she's listening. And if so, thank you. But you guys, thank you for being here today and every day for like literally the past 3 or 4 months. When I started this thing, I was like, it'll probably go for a couple of weeks, maybe a month. And then, here we are 3 months later. And at least the U.S. is basically looking at this COVID thing. And that scene towards the end of Dr. Strangelove where Major Kong is riding the bomb down with the cowboy hat? That's kind of how the U.S. is dealing with things right now. So we're still in lockdown. There's still going to be live streams. We're going to talk about it, but things are going to start changing almost immediately. But I just wanted to say thank you guys. It means the world to me that you guys are here. It's been an absolute privilege and pleasure over all of these days, episodes, nights, weeks, the whole thing. So that's first and foremost. Second one, I made a little recap video, just a little thing of all the stuffs. And we're going to have a look at that, and then we're going to talk about the next plans. So, without further ado, let's get this thing started. I got buttons. Turn that off.
you better stop now because you're going to make a dickhead of yourself, And I was like...
Oh, God, I'm glad my mother couldn't hear you saying that.
I'm gonna make pasta when we're done, so...
No, we were just fucking lazy.
I do all of the post in the podcast, but that's why it sounds so awesome.
Awkward time. Beep. Boo. And we're back. That's my little 2.5 minute montage of like 70 hours or 100 hours or however long it's been, which I wrote down and I've already forgotten. And thank you guys. Especially Dario. You noticed the can thing. I was really happy when I thought of doing that. That made me really pleased. And it was really fun kind of sorting through everything and trying to put that together. Turns out sorting through like however many hours of live stream footage that there is now from this thing is hard. My hat's off to all you video editors out there. I mean that's it's nuts. Okay, so Vlad, I was gonna do an entire string of beeps and boops, and I still might at some point. But then I'm like, that would be like 5-10 minutes of just beeps and boops, which maybe that's worth it. We'll see. Anyways, so what's happening? Here's the plan. Well, here's what's been I've been thinking about this for a couple of weeks, and here's what's motivating it. Right now, the whole the wartime optimism. Every episode, I try, depending on how busy I am, and you guys will see the ups and downs with this pretty quickly, I think. But for every episode, I try to think of something to talk about, and then obviously I need to do a little bit of preparation to make sure that I have something to talk about and have things to look at and talk or do or whatever it might be. There's a whole bunch of like little bits of prep work. Plus, it's on YouTube, so then you got to make like a thumbnail. That takes a little bit of time, and then posting it and setting it all. And like that, like 1 hour of actual time live ends up taking, a few hours throughout the day because I'm kind of always thinking about it and little things to do. Which isn't a problem in and of itself. I love working. But then because it happens like every day, the result of that is like a 1 hour episode where I talk about the thing that I wanted to talk about, but not necessarily in like the most concise or clear manner. And so like if you took like a topic that's near and dear to my heart, something like composition, you could probably sort through all 77 episodes and find most of the things that I have to say about composition. But that would be a task, and it would not be the most streamlined or compelling argument for my feelings on something like that. And there's lots of other things like that. So we're in this kind of in-between state where I'm talking about things that I really care about and I love talking about, but we're also doing them live so that we're not putting them together in like a coherent, here's a 10-minute bit on like my thoughts on composition, for example. So here's what I've been thinking about. Between doing the live streams, family, daughter, and wife, and making sure that I'm spending time getting to hang out with them, and then obviously getting actual work done that keeps the lights on and the internet running and the beers to start these things off with in the fridge, we're just kind of out of time. And so I'm thinking this. There's a link down below to my old Twitch account where I started live streams very loosely, like long time ago. And we're going to move the live streams back to Twitch. And I think I'm going to cut them to... Right now I'm thinking they're going to be the same time as they've been, but they're going to be Mondays and Fridays only. And then, how long they're going to go as opposed to like preparing for them and having an idea for them. Those are just going to be like me working, talking about my work, obviously answering any questions, talking and interacting with you guys. All of that fun stuff that you'd expect out of a live stream, but without all of the stuff that kind of, all the barnacle growth that adds to it. So that, however long they take, and I think some of them might start going a little bit longer, because it's just going to be like the Gaia stuff, after I got off the last couple of streams about Gaia, I continued to play in Gaia for like a couple of hours. And I think I'll just start streaming some of that stuff. We'll see how that goes. But the idea is that the live streams don't take up more time, or at least not any meaningful amount of time outside of the actual streaming. And then I get all of this time to focus and have my attentions going to like making some videos, learning how to make videos. Turns out there's so much. Like as I like peel like a little, it's an onion. Peel one layer off, there's more below. So as I start learning all of that kind of stuff, I'm gonna aim for like a video a week. But at the beginning, I think that's a little optimistic since I don't know what I'm doing and I have to figure some stuff out. But that's going to be the goal, and those are going to be more. Here's like the setup. Here's like an actual argument for my feelings on composition or process or how to deal with mistakes or a lot of topics, honestly, that we've talked about in the past, kind of over and over and over again, here, there, and everywhere else. But putting them down into like a compact little nugget of here's how I feel about it. It'll be easier to consume. It'll make more sense. That is the thought. Dario. Yeah, the Joe Rogan and Spotify thing. I'm curious what Spotify's up to. I think they're up to more than we know. That's my guess. But so that's the plan. The plan is to continue doing live streams, just not every single day, and to start making some videos that are more digestible. Like whenever I give a talk, I really, really enjoy the process of putting that talk together. And whenever at least for me, whenever I have to like actually sit down and say like, okay, you have this much time to say your thing. What are you going to say in that amount of time? The clarity in your own head, like of going through that process, is incredibly enjoyable. And like you guys, anyone who's ever sat and written in a journal or tried to write out their ideas for something, when you put like specific words to it, you're forced to kind of process it in a new way. And I realized I just made the crazy symbol while saying process, which, maybe that's a Freudian thing there. But that's the idea. And I think that it's going to be better all around, because then the working will just be us hanging out. If we're looking at Gaia and one of you guys have a question about scattering or something like that, we'll just hop over and do some scattering. Like the idea is to have it much looser and freer during the live streams. And then for everything that's going to continue to be posted here on the YouTube channel, that's going to be like more properly put together. Clear thoughts. I've been rambling on that for a couple of minutes now. That's the point, right? It's fine for a live stream. It's not great for a video. Clark, we are I can't even speak today. We are all a little bit crazy. When I was born just outside of Boston, I used to not be able to say my R's. And I had to go to a speech therapist in elementary school. And it was the mom of a friend of mine. And my friend's name was Robin Rowe, which back then was Wobbin Woe. Yeah. Fun little Mike fact. And it still comes up each now and again. You guys have probably heard it. Dude, Joe Rogan's got to be rolling in it, Jay. He's just rolling in it. Absolutely rolling in it. So that's the thinking. I wrote down a couple of notes. Did I miss any of them? Oh, to anyone that's not subscribed to this channel, hit the buttons. That way you won't miss out on anything. And for any videos that I do post here, which I'm guessing will be like in like the 10 to 20 minute range as far as how long they are, I'll do them all as premieres so that we can hang out in the chat and talk about them whilst they're playing for the first time. And then if you are enjoying the live streams and want to see more, head over to Twitch and hit that button. Also probably worth noting, I think I'm going to stop posting every single time I go live to Facebook and Instagram, and I think those are the two places that I post to. I don't know how after 77 episodes I'm still thinking about that. But that's just to say, like, it takes up like little bits of brain space. And I'm trying to get the live streams as efficient as possible. So if you if you subscribe here, you'll get and you hit the bell, I guess. I don't know. The YouTube things. It'll only notify you when there's a new video coming out now, so it won't be every single day. If you subscribe to me on Twitch, it'll let you know every time I'm going live, probably with little to no warning, but I'm going to set up a schedule for that, and then there'll probably be some random times where it's like, I'm just doing some random playing around anyways, the type of stuff I normally stream, and so there might be some stuff outside of the normal times as well. But right now I'm thinking Monday and Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time for an hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. It'll vary. And then I'll probably throw in some extra ones. And that might change as I kind of figure out a schedule. Jafar, man, you're when you can't say one of the major letters in your own language, one of the major sounds, it's a problem. It's a problem. Go to Boston, or worse, go to Worcester, and it's very hard to understand anyone in Massachusetts. I think that's it. I think that's all I got for today. I'm gonna do. I should say the first one, since Friday's coming up on Twitch, is gonna be on Friday. We're gonna be doing Michaela's matte paint, or at least starting that. I've never really tried to matte paint something, and I think it might be fun. So we're gonna see what happens with that. Aman, that's good. Dwoki. No, not tomorrow, Clark. I don't think. Today's Wednesday. I don't even know what day it is anymore. No, Friday. So we're gonna go for Mondays and Fridays. So Friday at 1, we're gonna get started on Twitch. I'll probably spend tomorrow figuring Twitch out, at least to some degree, so that I can use it. And I'm setting up some things here. Again, it's like that idea of efficiency. Every little barrier of like, oh, if I'm gonna do this, I have to do like post here and then say this, and then I gotta set up the camera and I gotta turn the light on. Blah, blah, blah. All those little things are like these little barriers that I feel like add up. So I'm trying to streamline everything as much as possible, so that literally, if I'm just messing around for an hour, I can press the button. I'll be live on Twitch. That's all the setup that it'll take. And then for the videos, I want to be able to like record them almost as simply. And then I have to figure out how to cut them. That's going to be the challenge. Clark, you got an extra day in the week, man. You are living the dream. I wish every one of my weeks was an 8-day week. Always can use an extra day. So there you go. Nicholas, for VODs on Twitch, I believe Twitch will keep them up for 14 days. I think. I don't think I'm just going to like take them and upload them. Because like even if I try to go back and watch one of my old episodes, I find it hard to watch like an hour of like live streaming when it's not live, which is, I guess, is a weird thing. What I'm thinking is that you'll have 14 days to catch up on them if they're not live, if you can't catch them live, obviously. And then if there's like cool stuff that's happening or anything else, I'm going to try and figure out how to record the screen with everything going on, but also just directly the monitor. So streaming with my face and all the things, and then recording to my machine, just like the screen feed, so that then I can take the stuff I'm making and then cut it into a video that would be more digestible. Like the first image that we made here, Bright Art Dark Times, trying to cut that thing together would be a mess. Because there's stuff all over the place, the videos, and there's like 4 or 5 videos, which also means if you wanted to watch that whole process, it would be like 7 hours of things going all around, when really you could probably condense like the valuable bits out of that into like 15, 20 minutes with some like voiceover and some things getting pointed out. I don't know how to do that yet. I mean, I know like the basics of DaVinci Resolve, but like the non-technical part of video editing, like understanding rhythm and how to pick the things that tell the visual story in a 4D sense, that's something I haven't worked on, but I want to. Nicholas, I appreciate it, and I've been watching some Twitch stuff recently to like understand more of the live streaming thing. I'm fascinated by it. I'll have some thoughts on that later. But I do appreciate you watching it. I think it's also, you're not watching and listening to yourself. We all know what it's like listening to yourself recorded. It's crazy. But I think I want to keep the live streams going, have them be fun and a little bit more free and open, and less time consuming on my end. And then everything on this channel be like, this is, the 15 minutes of how I made an image and the important bits and all of it. I got all kinds of ideas. I just need to figure out how to get them done. So that's the plan. We're going to, I've talked a lot over the past 77 episodes about killing your heroes. And I love Wartime Optimism. I love all of you guys. I appreciate you all being here. But I think it can be better, and I think a little bit less live streaming and a little bit more editing will make it everything better. That's the hope. That's the hope. Where is the selective color in DaVinci Resolve? I mean, we can talk about that on Friday. But it's in the color tab, and it's where you get like Lume versus Sat and Sat versus Sat and Hue versus Sat, all those different curves that you can play with. Woohoo! We should do a DaVinci color correction. I'm by no means a DaVinci expert, but I love that color tab. It's so good. It's so good. I think that's all I got. So thank you guys again. I hope to see all of you over on Twitch very, very much. And I hope to see you guys here. But thank you, especially for all of you that have tuned in almost every day or every single day. And to anyone watching this later, I see you guys too. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And should we watch the video, the recap again, and have those beep boops be the final wartime optimism? Here's an idea. For those of you that came in late, we're going to watch the video again, and then we'll do some lives, beep boops, for the final beep boops on wartime optimism. That is the plan. Okay, buttons to press. I got a new little Stream Decky thingy for fun.
You better stop now because you're going to make a dickhead of yourself, you know? And I was like,
Oh God, I'm glad my mother couldn't hear you saying that.
I'm gonna make pasta when we're done, so.
No, we were just fucking lazy.
I do all of the post in the podcast, but that's why it sounds so awesome.
Awkward time. Beep. Boo. Guys, thank you once again. Truly and honestly, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate all of your time and attention, and I'm very much looking forward to what's coming next. Oh, you can't see me, can you? No, you absolutely can't. Heyo. I'm still getting it all figured out. That probably will never end. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. I very much appreciate your time. And I look forward to seeing you guys over on Twitch and then in the chat over here on YouTube. So, for the last official time, I'm going to guess there's going to be more boops and beeps in the future. But the last official time on Wartime Optimism. Cheers, folks. And it never gets less awkward. Beep. Boop.